everyone, and welcome to the YouTube channel for Enchanted Vibes, Spiritual Readings and Wellness. My name is Omowaware Ogbomyomi, also known as Queen T, and I am a goddaughter of Priestess Iyanifa Oshunfunke. I am the creator of Enchanted Vibes and the co-owner of Vibe and High. So this is the cleansing your items portion of the series. So if you've been watching, this is the Enchanted Basics of Ritual and Magic, and there are quite a few videos in this series that will go over different parts of rituals. So make sure that you watch them all. So you can use a variety of things to cleanse your items, much like setting up sacred space. Watch that video already if you haven't. And you can also use tobacco, but we'll get to that in a second. So while setting up sacred space, it doesn't hurt to wave your cleanser over the entire workspace. So this includes you above your head and your hands. So when you light whatever it is that you're lighting, this is Adiyan. And then wave it over the entire space. So if you have a working altar, wave it over your altar, wave it behind you, and I would say your entire room that you're in while you're doing workings. And then wave it over yourself as well. Wave it over your head and wave it over both hands. And that will just wave it behind you as well. That will just help cleanse the space around you and specifically around you and around the room. After that, after you've set up all the sacred space and you've done your ritual protocol, you can begin to cleanse your items more thoroughly, the specific items. So my cleanser of choice is Florida water. So I have 3 that I have made myself. Let's see, this one is one that I made from a recipe that the Garden Goddess has up on the School of African Magic platform. This is the one that I made from the video that she posted. So that's one that you can cook on the stove, so it doesn't take as long. So because that one was a little bit quicker, I made this one, which is one that is a no-cook method. So this one was a couple moon cycles of sitting and marinating and being prayed over and things like that. And this one is super powerful because it's a recipe I made myself. So the one that I used from the Garden Goddess, that definitely worked better than the store-bought one that I have. But this one is even more powerful because it was something that the ancestors led me to do. So it works very, very well. Now, if you were part of the class that Ia did a couple of weeks ago, if you're in the coven, we made a Florida water. So this one is still cooking, so to speak. So I shake and pray over this one daily. Yes, there is money in there. I shake and pray over this daily, and I keep it. Right now it's in this room so I can show it for the video, but it's going to go back to the dark room that it was hiding in before. And I know that one is going to be fantastic. Like, it's going to be great because now I know what I'm doing as well. So it was led by Ia. We got to choose our ingredients, but it was led by Ia. So there's 4 months in between that Florida water and the Florida water that I made myself previously. So I know a lot more now. So that one's going to be a lot stronger. And then this is my store-bought one, which has a lot of, I can tell it has a lot of oil in it because it separates and I have to shake it. And I don't think I put hardly any oil in the other ones that I made. So this one is like a last resort one that I use. I kind of take this one with me since the other ones are in jars. I kind of take this one with me in case I need to cleanse my space while I'm somewhere else. But the other ones stay at home for my actual workings. So anyway, And I'm only using this until I have my own store. So, well, until my store has a storefront, I should say it like that. So, if you would like to invest, wink, go ahead and send me a message. I do not like the perfumey ones. There are ones that you can buy that are very perfumey, very cologne-y. I, I, I don't like those. Do what you want. I've seen people use them, and I'm sure they work great. I just feel weird about it, and I don't know. It seems too much like cologne to me. But do whatever. I just highly encourage you to make your own. So, you want to cleanse anything that you are going to use for the working. So plates, bowls, candles, anything like that. You want to make sure that you cleanse them. If you're writing with something, I wipe down whatever I'm writing with. I did a working recently with copper wire, and I wiped down the copper wire before I used it. I have a crystal quartz that I used for a 66-day ritual. So I definitely made sure I cleansed it first and let it charge. And then after the ritual was over, I cleansed it and let it charge again, just to make sure it was back to its, normal state. And you also don't want any kind of dust or weird particles mixing with your working. So especially with candles, make sure you wipe the inside rim and also the very top layer of the candle, just to make sure you don't get any weird stuff in there. So when you're using Florida water, you can just like pour some on your hand and rub it on the thing, right? You can do that. But there are better and more thoughtful ways to do that, right? So I use the cotton pads. These I feel are a little bit better than the swabs. They don't tear so much like the swabs because they're like a defined shape. Cotton is used for good luck, healing, and protection, to name a few things. So remember, laying your magic makes it stronger. So if you put Florida water on the cotton pad and rub it on whatever it is that you are cleansing, pretending this is empty, rub it on whatever it is that you're cleansing, the bottom, the top, open it, cleanse the inside a little bit and let it dry out. While you're doing this, pray over it. Pray over it a lot. Pray that it is cleansed of any bad energy, and filled with the energy of the intentions you need so that it can be useful as possible for the working. You can then bless it in the same way once you've created a mixer to bless it with. I'll have a video about layering magic soon so that I can kind of talk more about that, but you can cleanse it with Florida water first and then bless it with another mixture that you've created to kind of give more power to it. If you do not have Florida water, tobacco is a good alternative. A cigar is better than a Newport, but if that's all you have and you need this work done ASAP, get her done, okay? I highly encourage you to go buy a cigar though. You can get them cheaper than some of the herbs, like they are not expensive. Your ancestors will thank you. You need cigars to help open up the herbs as well, tobacco. So if you were in the Florida water class last week, Priestess Peach Blossom blew some into the jar and then closed the lid before we even really got started, after it got wiped down. So it was really, really pretty, and it really helped prepare the jar for the work. So we did the same once everything was in, and then immediately shut the lid. Layers, y'all. Layers. You can also make a quick wash, like a floor wash, but it doesn't keep, so you have to use whatever is left to clean with, probably like by the next day. I used, for this one, I just made this one last night for it to use today, This is spring water, lemon, lime, and mint. And I'm going to be using this today while I clean all the things in my home. Does not have to be very complicated. Spring water and lemon slices, Enchanted for purification. That's all you have to do. You can let it seep for about an hour, shake it or stir it up depending upon what you put in it. If you have 1 or 2 herbs for purification or clarity, removing negative energy, anything like that, you can use those as well. If all else fails, you can use whatever herb you use to set sacred space. So Palo Santo, Adian, lemongrass, cedar, sage. If you use sage, you must fill the void back in with something. Sage removes all things, positive and negative. Don't use sage. Find something safe to do. I say that a lot. But please, make sure if you use sage, you use something after it to put the good energy back in. That's all I have for y'all. If you are a practitioner and you know of other ways, please put them in the comments. I would love to read about them, and I'm sure that the community at large can learn something. So I'm all for it. If you would like to learn more or want to get started on your journey, click the link that is in the description. There are links. Once you click that link, it will take you to another page, and there are links to our Coven's Facebook page, the community outreach program, and some other cool stuff is in there as well. So check all those things out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so that you can be notified when new videos get dropped. I go live every Saturday at 4:30, and I usually just go over key points of the videos that have already been released. And it's also a wonderful time for you to add to the conversation, asking questions or sharing your personal experiences. It's always great when the community joins together. So until next time, keep your head so high you can't even see the haters. Peace.